Hello, this is Byron Ricketts. I'm here today with the 13th annual British and European Classic Motorcycle Day. We have a special mark this year which is called Vintage Competition Bikes. We have a bunch of twin-cylinder racing track bikes. We have some vintage motocross bikes like Bull Tacos. We have a Norton that has a checkered drag racing history. We have a lot of show bikes in the concours area, and that's all the bikes that are given special love and brought back to as close to original condition as possible. And then there's some that are custom that are a step beyond that. So we've got a real nice array of all sorts of vintage British and European bikes here today. We have some actual experienced racers here, some that have a history, like we have the Norton racing team, the Champagne racing team with the Norton Manx motorcycle, and it is the winningest vintage motorcycle in the US right now, still racing today. They have a couple of them ranging from the 30s to the 50s, and they win. Normally, if they enter 9 races, they'll win 6 to 7 races. So this is a really exotic bike, but it's something to behold and really something to hear. Speaking of hearing, we've got a dyno here today, and we've had some vintage as well as modern bikes on the dyno, and that's quite a sound when you have a vintage bike up on the dyno opened up. But this is all put on because you've got a hardcore group of individuals. We've got two entities here, really. One is Classic Motorcycle Day, Inc., and the other is the Nation's Capital Norton Owners. And the Nation's Capital Norton Owners pretty much mans everything here. It's all volunteer. We have this beautiful location here at High Point Farm in Clarksburg, Maryland, and it's dependent upon the weather. We put everything on the table for one day, and we got it today in spades. It's just been a tremendous day. We don't know how many people were here yet, but the field is full, and if you weren't here today, I'm sorry because you missed it. We also have here today a number of vendors. We charge a small fee for a vendor space, and it's wide open. We allow modern stuff, like there's even some modern Ducatis here, but a lot of vintage stuff, a lot of stuff that people pull out of their garages. vintage BMWs, vintage BSAs, Triumphs, Ducatis. People come here, they call it an auto jumble in England. They're looking for all kinds of unusual vintage parts, as well as some modern stuff. You've got new jackets, new helmets, you've got some new chrome, but an awful lot of older stuff that you can't really find anywhere else but at a place like this. There are some new remanufactured parts, but a lot of this is original. So these guys are all out here hoping they're going to find the really good deal, just like going to a garage sale. But this is exclusively for vintage European and British motorcycles. We have a Batley Cycle, for instance. They're always one of our supporters. They're here every year. Fredericktown Yamaha is here every year. So we have a nice mix of the individual as well as some actual franchise dealers, and it's wide open. So here at High Point Farm, we also have a really nice selection of barbecue style food.